Hello everyone, this is your professor and your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. We're here to walk you through the syllabus for our class, and we want to review the requirements and expectations for you. Okay, let's go. This is Level College Survey of Church History 1, and we'll be meeting Monday afternoon from 3 to 5:50, and some of you will be connecting by CIV or Blue Jeans from Georgia, and so y'all are welcome also. All right, this class will cover a survey of church history from the early church through the medieval era. And so you see here a photo of the Colosseum in Rome, where many of our brothers and sisters in Christ were martyred. And so part of our course will cover persecution and martyrdom in the early church. You see that today there is a cross erected in the Colosseum as a memorial to Christians who lost their lives for their faith in Jesus Christ. All right, first I want to talk to you about contact information. You see my email address there. That is the best way for you to connect with me. If you send me an email, I'll try very hard to get with you within the next 24 hours or so. If you write to me on the weekend, I probably will not get back to you until Monday unless it is urgent. Please email me with your questions, your requests, your comments, and any inquiries that you might have. Or feel free to phone me. This is my office number with the extension number. And if you are on campus, I am in the Dodd building. My office is number 105. Usually I am here unless I am in the classroom, or maybe I've gone to the student center to check on activities there. All right, we have one required textbook. It is A History of Christianity, authored by my friend Joe Early. And you'll find my name in a couple of different places there. I helped him to edit his chapters on the early church. All right, you can get this textbook and others at nobts.ecampus.com. Now, you will be automatically enrolled on Blackboard. In fact, I just checked, and your names are already there. And so you'll want to check out Blackboard, and you'll find it to be an essential part of our class. You can read the syllabus there with the assignments and the reading schedule. You'll find that the course is divided into 6 units, and under each unit there are PowerPoint lectures, there are bonus features. Elsewhere you'll find a discussion board and the reading quizzes. All right, so be sure and familiarize yourself with Blackboard. The first thing I'd like for you to do is to go to the discussion board and post an introduction of yourself, both to me and to your classmates. We'd like to hear about your family, about your background. Tell us what degree you're pursuing, what are your ministry goals, any of your interests and hobbies, just anything that you would like to share with us, we would like to learn. And please post pictures. I like pictures to see you and your friends and family. All right, I've already led the way with a post about myself. You can meet your professor. You can learn about me and my wife, my family, my grandkids, and my story there. And maybe more than you want to know, but I just wanted to connect with you any way possible. All right. Let's talk about reading quizzes. You can access your reading quizzes from the left margin. You'll see the link to the reading quizzes. There are 8 of them. All right. When you are ready for your reading quiz, you will open it up, and immediately a timer will begin that will wind down to 20 minutes. So each quiz is timed. However, it does not shut down at 20 minutes, so that if you get down to 20 minutes and you still need to answer one more question, or you want to review your questions, your answers one more time, then go ahead and take the moment to do so. But the reason that they are timed is to keep you accountable. These quizzes are to be closed note, closed book, open memory. All right, and so if you go much over 20 minutes, you need to let me know why. Otherwise, I may be in touch with you because I want to be sure that you're not using that time to look up your answers. Okay, so the 20-minute timer is there to keep you accountable. Each reading quiz has a base value of 20 points, and they are objective type questions. Many of them are matching. Some of them are fill in the blank or multiple choice, true, false, but very easily done in 20 minutes. Now, the lowest exam grade will be dropped. This is in case you forget to take a reading quiz, or if you have computer problems. Maybe you go out of town when the quiz is due, or maybe you go visit grandma and she's got dial-up. All right, that may not happen so often anymore. Grandma may be high tech and have better technology than we do, but at any rate, I do want you to know that you can drop your lowest exam grade, or you can drop one that you do not take. If you're satisfied with your first 7 quiz scores, you can exempt yourself from the last one. All right? Now, be sure that you mark the dates on your calendar. Here they are. The first reading quiz covers chapters 1 and 2. It's due on September 14th. Reading quiz number 2 covers chapters 4 through 5. That's due on the next week, September 21. And then chapter 3 is due on September 28, and so on. You'll see that once they start in a couple of weeks, bam, 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 we've got them once a week. And again, be sure and mark these on your calendar because I will not reopen a quiz if you forget to take it. Okay, so do not even ask, because I will tell you no. All right, I just expect you to keep up with it, although I'll be sending out, giving out reminders every week when they are due. All right, they'll be due on Monday. All right, so these are all Monday dates. Okay, that's the reading quizzes. Besides the quizzes, there's a midterm exam and a final exam. These tests will cover both materials discussed in class and material taken from the readings. Again, objective sections with matching true, false, multiple answer questions, and then subjective sections with identification and essay questions. All right, the midterm exam, the date is November 2nd, and those who are on campus will take those in the classroom. Those who are joining us from a distance, your test will be online. And then all of us will be taking the final exam online December 14. All right, so that's the midterm exam and the final exam. I need to say that the midterm exam will cover the early church, the final exam will cover the medieval era. All right, you have one written assignment, that is the biography, which is due November 16th. You will choose from a list of topics that are on your syllabus. Look over them, and when you can, send me by email a list of 3 to 5 choices in order of preference, and I will respond to you with your assignment and probably some suggestions for finding resources. Okay? We'll talk more about the biography as we go along, but right now I want to mention one aspect of the biography that's very important is the application point. Each biography should end with at least one application drawn from the subject matter. As you conduct your research, look for an experience, a story, a quotation, a lesson that is either positive or negative, which could be used as an illustration in a sermon or a Bible study. All right, my emphasis in class is going to be how do we apply church history to our personal lives and to our ministries and to those to whom we are ministering. All right, I want to make church history come alive throughout this semester, but the application point for the biography is part of that. All right, as you are preparing your to submit your biography, remember that Safe Assignment is a tool that is available to you on Blackboard. You can submit a draft for review, and Safe Assignment will compare your writing to material that's found in its database, and then it will respond to you and will highlight the material that it found in its database. And so you need to check the material that's highlighted, because this means that it has been used elsewhere. And so either it's been taken from a primary or secondary resource, or somehow it's been used elsewhere. And so you want to be sure that if it's a quotation, that it's been cited properly. And if you see large sections that are highlighted, that means that really you've been using somebody else's words too much. And so you need to put more of your paper in your own words, but you must be careful that you're not plagiarizing. All right, and so these sections that are highlighted, you need to be sure that if you have copied them from someone else, that you've put quotation marks around it and you cited it properly in a footnote. Now you need to be aware that most of the time, any material that you put in a footnote or have put in a bibliography, that's going to be highlighted because other writers have used it in their papers, and that is normal and to be expected. All right, typically you should not worry if you have 30% or less that's highlighted by Safe Assignment. All right, another tool that is available to you to improve your writing is the Right Stuff Writing Center. And so you can submit a draft to the Writing Center. Information about the process can be found at the website that you see there on your syllabus, nobts.edu/writing. And if you will submit your draft with a copy of the assignment out of the syllabus, the Writing Center staff will review the paper and will work with you as necessary to improve your paper before it's submitted. And so working with the Writing Center will, one, help you in your academic writing, and two, could help you get a better grade. Okay, now, due to the pandemic and the quarantine, we're having a different kind of schedule here at the seminary. And so we'll be attending class as normal up to Thanksgiving break. And then, after the Thanksgiving break, classes will be conducted via remote teaching. All right, because look at these Avengers. They've been to Thanksgiving dinner, and oh my word, they are fat and bloated. They look like me after Thanksgiving. And so I just wanted to use this as an illustration to say that Thanksgiving we'll go home for our break, and then we will not return afterward. Classes will be conducted via remote teaching. I will tell you more about the remote teaching plan later on. All right. So now I need to put on my ugly face and review some of the penalties that that could be applied in this class. We want to avoid them, but these are my expectations, and I want to make them clear. All right. Attendance. No student who misses more than 9 classroom hours or the equivalent of 3 class meetings can receive credit for this course. Now this applies to students who are meeting in the classroom, as well as the distant students who are meeting by CIV or Blue Jeans. All right, so attendance will be taken and will be recorded. All right, 3 occasions of arriving late for class or leaving early will count as 1 absence, and the Level College catalog has more information. All right, reading quizzes, they must be submitted by the date of the reading quiz. 1 reading quiz grade will be dropped. All right, so again, you must complete your reading quiz by the due date. All right, tardiness. I'm very particular about punctuality with written assignments, and so if you are late with your biography, it will be assessed a 10% penalty. Since this is a 100-point assignment, you'll lose 10 points or a letter grade if it is submitted after the deadline. All right, after 5 days, the penalty doubles to 20%. Okay, so that's a 20-point penalty. Now, you really do not want to turn your paper in after 1 week, because after that, the penalty will increase drastically. I won't even tell you how much it will increase, but it will not be pretty. Okay, so I will tell you that I tend to procrastinate, but I'm always on time, and so I expect the same from you. All right, we've already talked a little bit about plagiarism. A high standard of personal integrity is expected of all students at New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, and plagiarism is not tolerated. Plagiarism includes copying another person's work, submitting downloaded material without proper references, submitting material without properly citing the source, submitting the same material for credit in more than 1 course. All right, so that is self-plagiarism. You cannot write and submit a paper that you turned into another class, nor can you copy extensively from previous work. All right, any infraction may result in failing the assignment and the course, and any infraction will be reported to the Dean of Level College. All right, see the Level College catalog for more information. Okay, now I'm going to take my ugly face off, and we're going to be friends again, and we'll talk about the submission of assignments. Reading quizzes will be conducted on Blackboard. The midterm exam will be administered in the classroom. Final exam will be administered online. I want you to post your biography on the discussion board and submit a hard copy to your professor. All right, for those in the classroom, you'll submit a hard copy to me. For those of you who are attending from Georgia, you'll email that to me, and then I want your biography also on the discussion board. This is so that your fellow students can learn from the research and writing you've done on your subjects. Okay. Now, do not submit your assignments as email attachments unless I ask you to, and of course I just made an exception for our distance students. Okay. Now, here's how the course is graded. I give points for the reading quizzes, for the midterm exam, final exam, and the biography, And so you can achieve a total of 440 points. And so the scale then is based on that. For an A, score between 410 and 440 points. B is 375 to 409 points, and so on and so forth. All right, if you score 264 points or less, well, that's a failing grade. But let me make a prediction right now. Half of you are going to make A's, and most of the rest of you are going to make B's. Almost all my students make A's and B's. There will be a few C's and a few D's, but if you want to fail my class, you have to work very hard. Okay, to fail my class, it means you didn't do your work, you were late with your assignments, you plagiarized, you were absent too many times. But I will assure you that if you do the work, you will pass my class, and most of you will do quite well. All right, so I want you to reassure you that this is a very doable class. All right, electronics, please do not bring your cell phones to the class. Please use your laptops for purposes suitable for this class only. Okay, for the most part, you will be self-policed. But nonetheless, I do have high expectations that you will be giving your attention to me and to your fellow students and to the classroom proceedings. All right, we need to talk about the emergency plan, because after all, this is 2020, right? And there's an emergency every month. And so in fact, we are having an emergency right now. In case of hurricane, well, what about in case of 2 hurricanes? So classes have been canceled for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of the first week of class. There are other emergencies such as coronavirus, and so that may also create an emergency that changes our plans on a daily basis. And so if there's an emergency, it will be announced on the seminary website, nobts.edu, and you can check Blackboard for instructions related to this particular class. All right, so every time I read about the emergency plan, I think, oh Lord, no, not this semester. But indeed, this is going to be a challenging semester, but we are up to it. Because our Lord is above and beyond it. All right? And so that's a quick run through the syllabus for Survey of Church History 1, and we'll wrap up this semester with a look at the medieval era of the church. And I've illustrated this with a picture that my wife took inside St. Peter's Basilica. And isn't that a beautiful photo, and a great reminder that God's light is shining over us, and our God is the ruler over heaven and earth. So before we go, Captain America is here to give us our marching orders. He says, learners, assemble. All right, get ready for a great learning experience this fall as we study a survey of church history, the early church and the medieval church. All right, let's go.